Okay, so with regards to the reservation Hatao Andolan, just after this Cockroach Janta Party and the success, if you will, of the Cockroach Janta Party, a lot of young people, they think that caste based reservation is irrelevant in our society and we should not have this 75 80 years after independence. Okay, so to start with, if you ask me, I belong from general caste, Banya or Vaishya, Bengali Vaishya as they say. Uh, t- though I do not castify myself, needless to mention, there is no pride in any caste or any community or any religion or anything of my identity. I do not have any pride in any of these things which are not my accomplishment. Now let's categorically understand. Okay, the Varna system in Hinduism, as in Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and the Sudras, and outside the Varna system, there is another caste or the outcasts, they say, as Dalits, which Mahatma Gandhi renamed as Harijans. Fair enough. Now, with regards to discrimination, previously in previous generations, for centuries, not for decades, for centuries, a particular community has been discriminated. And if you look at Ambedkar as well, even he was a victim of such utter discrimination in spite of the fact that he was very educated. And even with all his academic accolades and accomplishments, he was still faced to discrimination, which goes on to say that it's just not economical, but there is a by birth caste based discrimination which people have to face. Now, question of relevance today, 70 80 years after independence, is it relevant today? See, if you're staying in a big city, if you're staying in Delhi, Gurgaon, or in Mumbai, or in Bangalore, or in Kolkata, or in Chennai, or in Hyderabad, or in Pune, you would not understand what is the average rural caste-based discrimination at all, if it at all exists in India. Out of 1.5 billion Indians, 900 million Indians live in rural India. That's like 60% of the population. So it's like 850 to 900 million India live in, not even in the town, tier 2, tier 3 cities or towns. They're in the village, proper village. Now, from north to south, and especially in north, you have certain villages which are completely from a particular community, particular caste of ACST or whatever be it. And people from other castes, and especially from the Brahmins and Kshatriya community, they do not enter those villages. This is actually a form of untouchability, which is anyway prohibited under Article 17, but anyway, the constitution is just in theory, and people want to practice this. So there are elements of caste-based discrimination that is being practiced. But how can this not be dissolved? This can be dissolved, and this can easily be dissolved. The only condition to dissolve caste-based discrimination is through stopping endogamous marriages. The very moment you are going to have widespread intercaste marriages, and you don't even have to say intercaste marriages, just marriages, irrespective of anyone's caste, creed, or local community or local identity, whatever it is, then automatically the pride, the collective caste pride is going to disappear from our society, and any discrimination, if at all it exists, is going to disappear, and it's just going to take one generation, just 2 to 3 decades. Unfortunately, you're not able to do this because 95% of Indian marriages are endogamous marriages. That is to say, people are marrying in their own community and own caste. So if you look at Ambedkar's book, Annihilation of Caste, he repeatedly mentioned the real remedy of caste-based, to end caste-based discrimination is through intercaste marriages and to stop endogamy. Unfortunately, 75 to 80 years after independence, we have not achieved that. And the simple reason for that is that we have, even though the Varna system was supposedly meant for profession, you are a Brahmin if you are a teacher or a professor. You're a Kshatriya if you are in the armed forces or as a security guard. You're a Vaishya even if you're Ambani or a very small businessman, a hawker for that matter. It has to be with profession. If you're doing any form of business, you're a Vaishya. If you're working on the land, if you're a farmer, you're a Sudra. You can be a very rich Sudra, you can be a very poor Vaishya or a very poor Brahmin. It has nothing to do with wealth, but it has to do with profession. Unfortunately, in today, it is not the same. And it is not like that. If I'm working in the armed forces, but I'm from a Brahmin family and I want to go ahead and marry a Brahmin, it makes zero sense. Unfortunately, this is how it became by birth, and there is a community based preference, and this has resulted in that discrimination. So if you want to stop caste based reservation, create a society wherein parents should not collectively choose people from their own caste. Individuals can choose, and once that collective pride in any particular caste goes away, I think this nation can unite. As a matter of fact, caste discrimination is going to die away. Reservation, as a natural consequence, is going to have a natural death, and this can be solved in less than 20 to 30 years. 8 years, nothing has happened because of collective arranged marriages, when families preferring people to get married in their own community, and this fake and not fake, this false pride in caste. Stop this, everything is going to end.